Hello girls and boys, how's it going? So you've probably seen the social media post, DevOps engineer 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 60 lakhs, site reliability engineer, work from home, global clients, DevOps architect, help us build the next Starship enterprise, sitting from your home in Nasik. And you're thinking, bro, this is awesome. I also want to know this. I also want to do this. All I need to learn is a bit of cloud, a bit of Docker, a bit of Kubernetes, right? Well, I hate to break it to you, but DevOps is not all a fairy tale job. In fact, it is something which will take your blood, sweat and tears to get to these level of salaries that we're talking about. And even then, there are a lot of sleepless nights and overwhelming emotions. I can promise you that. Let me give you the real picture of what you might do as a DevOps engineer. You might start your day by fixing broken pipelines. You might spend hours figuring out why a deployment has failed one more time. And yes, a lot of your weekends and late nights will disappear because something propped up in production, and you might be on call with 20 people and 10 seniors breathing down your neck because they are waiting for you to solve the problem just like that. I have been there, I have done that. Hey, my name is Savinder Puri and I've been in the DevOps space for over 20 years working with global banks, global enterprising, consulting for enterprises and coaching thousands of engineers. When I started in my career in the early 2000s, DevOps was not even a thing. The word was not even coined then. I was called a build engineer because we were building the software. At one of the large enterprises that I used to work at that time, our CI system was a handwritten 10,000 plus lines of Perl code. It was pure genius code. At that time, I used to build in 8 flavors of Unix and in 5 or 6 flavors of Windows. In fact, let me give you a challenge. How many of you can name 8 flavors of Unix? Put it in the comments and let's see what you put. At that point, I also used to be a clear case admin. What the heck is clear case? Some of you might ask. It is a source control system, just like GitHub today. But ClearCase was installed obviously on premise in multiple places across the world. So I used to work with a large enterprise and we had 4 installations of ClearCase across the world where the developers were. And as part of my job was to make sure that the code committed in Pune would sync to all the other places. And a lot of times what would happen is we would have to manually figure out why this change made by this developer in Pune is not visible to that guy in the US or that person in another part of the world. And what we would have to do is trace each packet of ClearCase diff, trace it on how it traveled on the network and manually go and apply it there. It was phenomenal. It was a piece of art to see code committed at one place, how it travels over the network, how the packets are delivered, how the packets are then put in the right sequence in your source control so that you have the exact replication. Today, you just commit on GitHub and it's available all across the world. You've not even heard of sync issues in source control. That is where I'm coming from. Today, fast forward 25 years later, DevOps is everywhere. But here's the hard truth about that. What people think we do versus what actually happens, it's a completely different story. Let's break it down for you. So what does a DevOps engineer really do? In simple words, we bridge the gap between development and operations. What the hell does it mean? Nothing. Let me explain it to you in plain English, like I would explain DevOps to a 5-year-old. We automate everything from creation of the infrastructure to creation of the code to integration of the code to deployment of the code. We monitor, secure and scale infrastructure. Now the kind of buzzwords that you hear, CI/CD, Kubernetes, cloud, terraform, Ansible, what are these? Buzzwords, tools. Because this is not the real job. The real job of a DevOps engineer is not to be an expert in Kubernetes or Terraform or Ansible or any of these. The real job of a DevOps engineer is to make sure software moves from code to the end customer fast, secure, and reliable. Whatever it takes to do this, that's what a DevOps engineer does. Let me give you another perspective of what a DevOps engineer does. So if you're starting off in this career, first about 4, 5, 6 years, you would spend 70% of your time debugging, maybe 10-20% of your time explaining things to people. Hey, this broke because this is your problem, this is your defect, why don't you submit a corrective action for this, my build is breaking. And 10% automating new stuff. When you are about 7-10 years of experience, this changes. You spend about 20% of your time debugging, you spend about 30% of your time explaining things to people, and you should spend about 40-50% of your time automating new things, because now you understand how the systems work, how the complexities are, and you can start automating things at scale. And when you cross 15-20 years of experience, this again tips. You spend about 70% of your time explaining to people. I spent majority of my time today talking to CIOs, CTOs, chief architects, explaining in plain English like I would explain to my 12-year-old daughter on what the nuances of DevOps are, what will work and will not work for their enterprise. And 30% of my time is spent on designing the automations. So these scales keep tipping as you start progressing in your career. Now let's do some fun thing. Let's talk about some expectation versus reality. Expectation. I will build futuristic CI/CD pipelines with AI/ML integrations. Reality? You spend 36 hours figuring out why a webhook is not working. Expectation? I'll be deploying code at lightning speed. Reality? Waiting for your code to deploy because the Jenkins agent is stuck here one more time. Expectation. DevOps is about writing sleek, sexy automation scripts. Reality? It's also about chasing teams to figure out who missed updating the bloody environment variable. Expectation. Every day is cloud and Kubernetes magic and foo-foo land. Reality? Why the heck did this script fail? Oh my god, my server is out of disk space again. Damn it. Expectation. My dashboards will look like the Matrix movie. Reality? You get paged at 3 AM for a CPU spike, and that is a misconfigured cron job somewhere. Expectation. I will innovate with the latest bleeding edge technology running agentic AI. Reality? 70% of your time is going into maintaining legacy scripts written by somebody who died 5 years back. That's the reality of working in large enterprises. Expectation? I will work with cool cloud tech every single day. Reality? Why the hell is this YAML breaking my entire pipeline? You understand where I'm going with this? So now let's do some analysis on DevOps, right? Who becomes a DevOps engineer? Now you don't have to be a coding ninja to become a DevOps engineer. Although coding is a very important step in becoming a DevOps engineer, because for all the automation you will need some shape and form of coding, whether it's YAML coding, whether it is infrastructure as code, shell scripting, anything. There is a shape and form of coding. So you have to be a good developer, coder to be getting into DevOps, but not the traditional form of coding. But things that you must be good at: problem solving, debugging. You should have the ability to figure out where this error is coming from, look left, right, top, bottom, go through logs and hundreds of lines of log, figure out where the problem is. You should be an expert finder of hints of where the problem, which means you should be curious, because technology changes And if you start looking in different direction, you will start figuring out where the problem could be. And most importantly, you should have a firm grasp of the fundamentals. Linux, networking, scripting, monitoring, all of these things are fundamental. Only then you can build on top of them and go to cloud and Kubernetes and further build on top of them and go to LLMs and agentic. What is my advice? Don't rush into DevOps because you saw the video of a YouTube bhaiya or a didi or somebody making a crore in DevOps. It's not all awesome. It requires solid foundation. Focus on that. So where do DevOps engineers actually work? What kind of organizations have roles for DevOps engineers? Basically everywhere. Banks, e-commerce websites, startups, SaaS companies, product companies, services companies which work for other product companies, all of these guys need DevOps engineer. Why? Because all of them want to go from code to pushing code in production and in the hand of users faster, more secure, and more reliably. However, the work culture could drastically change across all of these. For example, in a startup, you might have to do 10 different things from infrastructure to cloud. In a services setup, you might have to look at different technology stack and different levels of maturity every single day because you're talking to different customers. In a large product company, you might be stuck with one stack for years at a time because technologies don't change very frequently in product companies. So take your pick, choose wisely. In a longer career, in a 10-15 year time span, I would recommend move around and get all of this experience because that is what makes you a multi-skilled person, and that is very important as we get into 2025 and beyond. To be able to apply AI in all of what you're doing, you need to get your fundamentals correct and you need to get all this experience together. So let's talk about when does DevOps really matter? Well, it matters when your application scales up, you go from 100 user to 100,000 user. When a release goes live, when you make some changes, you gotta make sure it is working, it is stable, and when prod goes down. Or it is relevant when you got to change anything in a working application. So it's basically matters all the time. One key thing, when you do a good job as a DevOps engineer, everything runs smooth and nobody sees anything. When something breaks, everybody sees it, and that's when your visibility becomes painfully visible. That's the reality of life of a DevOps engineer job. So how do you succeed in DevOps? Now this is coming from my 20 plus years of experience in the trenches, and very simple 5 tips. Number 1, master the basics, Linux, networking, CI/CD. Number 2, learn infrastructure as code. Could be Terraform, could be CloudFormation, Plumi, any of these things. Number 3, build side projects. Break things, fix them, document all of that. Number 4, master your communication and learn in public. That's the only way to tell others that you're learning and you're building your portfolio by the side. Also, focus on your communication because that is what is very critical for a DevOps person. Number 5, stay humble. Because you are an expert in Kubernetes today, tomorrow Kubernetes might not even exist. Tech evolves very, very fast. So 5 things on how to succeed at DevOps. So looking at all of this, do you still want to become a DevOps engineer? If yes, you could be either beginning or pivoting into one of the most fruitifying and rewarding parts of your career journey. Let me know in the comments what you resonated with in this video, and I will sure to reply back. Check this video on how not to do DevOps. It's a fantastic video which is hugely popular on my channel. Check out that as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.